All right, here's part 3 of our combining like terms. I'm going to do a couple more examples, and then I'm going to have you work on some of your own as well. So let's go into this right here. I have 4xy. Well, this is all part of a term. The xy is one term. It can have multiple variables in it. So I have to look for anything with an x and a y, and they have to be raised to the same power. So this doesn't have the x, so it's not a like term. This doesn't have a y, so it's not a like term. This has both an x and a y, so that would be a like term. So if I rewrote this 4xy, there's a plus sign in front of there, so plus 3xy. This doesn't have a y, so like we said before, can't combine that. Here's just a y. Look, that doesn't have a y, no y. So then all I have is just that plus 5y. And then lastly, we have our 3x here, and there's a minus 5x there. So those are our like terms. So plus 3x minus 5x. Always take the sign that's in front. And now we simplify. These are both xy's, so we just combine them. So 4 plus 3 is 7xy. Then I have my plus 5y that's just hanging out there. We don't combine that with anything. And then I have a positive 3x minus 5. 3 minus 5 is going to be a negative 2x. And so the way that we write that is just a minus 2x. I'm going to actually skip these two. I'm going to give you those answers at the end. We're going to do this one right here, right now. So we start with here. Here we have our 7xy. So just like we had up there, here's 7xy. Well, then I look to this next term. Well, this is an x and this is a y. But remember, our like terms have to have the same variable raised to the same powers. This is not to the same power. So we're just looking for an x and a y all by themselves. They don't have any variable, or they don't have any exponents or powers. So this does not work because they're both squared. This does not work because the x looks right, but the y does not look the same. Then I have this plus 6xy. Well, those look the same, so we can combine those. So I would have 7xy plus 6xy. Again, we take the sign that's in front. No, raised to a power, so that doesn't work. So then I look at, here I have this minus 4x squared, y squared. So I'm looking for some things that have x squared, y squared. So here's an x, y squared, but the x's don't look the same, so we can't combine them. Here's an x squared, y squared, so we can use that one. And here's an x squared, y squared, so that one. So then I'm going to write minus, because I take the sign in front, 4x squared, y squared, plus 3x squared, y squared, minus 7x squared, y squared. Combine those, and then lastly we have our plus 2xy squared. 7 plus 6 is 13 x, y. A negative 7 plus 3 is going to be a negative 1, minus 7 is going to be a negative 8 x squared, y squared. And then we have that plus 2xy squared at the end. And there is our final answer. All right, be sure to check these really quick. I'm going to write down these answers. Please bring your questions to our next in-person class.